Hello everyone, I'm Scott and I'm back with another video. This one I'll be discussing a topic that I've been questioning for a long time. And it's that should you buy and sell guilds? I ran into some dude and he was in Lion's Arch. His name was Fenris. I don't remember his second part of the name. He claimed he was leaving the server, so he was selling his guild. I don't like the idea of selling guilds. However, if the guild is on board with it and they're trying to get a new form of command, if the guild agrees to it and they want you to have the right to sell it, then you should have the right to sell it. But he was with 12 other dudes. They were dudes, he said so. And he said that the guild had all the upgrades. 12 people, and he claimed he was leaving because he wanted to go to another server. He was selling the guild for 300 gold. The dude was a moron. He tried justifying that the price was right because of the amount of time he put into the guild. And he was trying to justify it based on the upgrades. Let me give you some advice. I don't care if you sell guilds or not. Higher guilds will do it and force them to merge. That's a very useful tactic. I believe the guild Meow has done it. KO has done it. The larger guilds, we get this way because we try to get people from other guilds. You can't keep recruiting new people. Fenris was just plain stupid. He's trying to justify 12 people for 300 gold. Now, you're going to be thinking, well, he has all the upgrades. That's what he tried to justify. You can't justify the cost of a guild from the upgrades. Because then a guild with all the upgrades but no people is worth absolutely zero. I don't want a guild that's empty but I have all the upgrades. That's just plain stupid. What do I get out of that? I can't do guild missions. I can't do anything. I have no one to play with. And that's what he lacked to understand. Now, I'm not going to say that if you should sell your guild or not. I'm not trying to justify that at all. But when you do that, you're basically putting a price tag on your players. You said they were worth 300 gold. No one else agreed with that. 12 people is not worth 300 gold. And he just kept persisting and not understanding what he was saying. Would you buy a guild for But I'm going to want you to answer this question in the bottom. Would you buy a guild for 300 gold that had 12 members if you had the money? Basically, would you buy his guild if you had the cash? I wouldn't. I'd say, screw you. I'm going to go work on something more productive. I'd even blow it off in World v. World if I had to. But, easiest thing to do if you're going to be selling your guild. First contact larger guilds, such as larger guilds on your server, and see if they're willing to buy. Then I want you to give them a price figure. Remember, when you're trying to sell a guild and trying to force them to merge, if you have the authority by your guildmates and they're just they want you to sell, now you're gonna have to make sure that now if you're gonna try and sell it, the guild master is gonna need proof that you're gonna have those members stick with you. They're also going to need the amount of members. Members are the most important thing when selling a guild. This has slowly become more popular, and I'm saying it's okay. I don't care if you sell a guild. It's when you're being greedy and being an idiot about it. Remember, it's all based on the amount of new members. Basically, here's what you're gonna ask yourself. Would I buy a guild with 12 members for this price? Or would I buy a guild with this many members for that price? It has to be reasonable. You don't want to have something that's 12 members, 130, 12 to 24, 6, 5, 26 gold per member. Yeah, that's right, 26 gold per member. Would you be willing to pay that? If you are, go ahead and see if they laugh at you or not. If they think you're serious and you can get a deal, do it. And remember, it's not morally correct to sell your guildmates like that. see if anyone's willing to take charge, and see if they're willing to like buy the guild off you. Give them a low price because they're your guildmates. But if you're trying to sell to a large guild, they can give you more money. You're gonna want to get a lot of money from it. When you want to sell it, you can look at it like this. The average person has less than 100 gold. A guild of 400 members actively playing. 400, and we'll just say everyone has like 20 gold on them. 8,000 gold, and now you're gonna ask yourself, what are the players worth to a guild? Never, if you're trying to sell a guild, like if you're like 500 members, give it up for about, they're 500 active members, you could probably sell it for a couple thousand gold. No one's gonna buy that because it's too expensive, but their value is, if you put it at 5 gold per person, which a lot of people have at least 5 gold, you're basically saying, I have 500 members and they're each worth 5 gold based on the average person having 20 gold, and I reduced it by 75%, then you're going to be in a good spot for negotiations, my friend. Now, you're going to have to realize something, that you can't, they're not going to be able to, you have to give them a price that they can afford. Make them negotiate. The first rule of negotiation is always to start high. You always want to try and get as much money as possible, and have them negotiate their way down. That way, you won't be giving such a low price, but don't give them something astronomically huge. If you're going to give them something huge, base it up by the facts, and say that and basically say, you should be able to pay this based on the fact that blah blah blah. If you're going against a 400 member guild, they're bringing in, let's just say they're bringing in 2 silver per person, 800 silver, which is 8 gold a day, and you're trying to merge with them. You have 500 gold, and then you're basically saying that isn't enough for them. Even that'd be about a year's worth of time. But you basically say you have 3 months to give me all the necessary money and transfer it to me. By that, you'll either be completely screwed because the person stole your guild, or you found one trustworthy person. Remember, the internet is not full of trustworthy people. There's a lot of people that will just take the money and ditch you. They'll take the guild, give you one payment, and there's nothing you can do about it because you trusted them. ArenaNet's not going to care. You can do whatever you want, as long as within the rules. You technically have the right as a player to go into your guild bank, rob them. You also have the right to, what am I trying to say? You have the right to sell your guild. There's nowhere in their rules or terms of service that has it. You're not interfering with gameplay. You're not interfering with the enjoyment of others. You're just transferring ownership. So, please answer this question in the comments below. Is it right for the guild masters to sell their guilds? I want to know what you all think about this topic, so that I can greatly understand how the community feels about this. But thank you for watching, and goodbye.